In a bright and cheerful jungle, filled with swinging vines, glittering streams, and the sweet scent of mango trees, there lived a parrot named Piko. Piko was no ordinary parrot. He could talk, sing, joke, and mimic every sound he heard. From the buzzing of bees to the rumbling roar of the lion, Piko could copy it all. The problem wasn't that Piko talked. The problem was that Piko never stopped talking. He spoke during meals, during naps, during quiet moments, and even during other animals' conversations. He loved being the one who always had something to say. Every morning, when the sun peeked over the mountains, Piko would shout, "Good morning, jungle!" Even before the roosters had a chance to crow. The monkeys would groan, the elephants would cover their ears with their trunks, and even the sleepy sloth would sigh, wishing for a peaceful start to the day. One afternoon, the wise old turtle, Tabor, called Piko over. "Piko," he said calmly, "do you know why you have 2 ears and only 1 beak?" Piko flapped his wings proudly. "So I can talk twice as much, of course," he said with a laugh. Tabor shook his head gently. "No, little parrot, it is so you can listen more and speak less. Talking is good, but silence is sometimes wiser." But Piko wasn't really listening. He was too busy repeating Tabor's voice, pretending to be the wise turtle in a deep and slow tone. The other animals chuckled, but Tabor only smiled patiently. "One day," he said, "you will understand." The very next week, something unusual happened in the jungle. A group of explorers arrived, carrying strange tools and maps. They quietly set up tents near the river. The animals gathered to watch from a safe distance. The monkeys whispered, "Who are they?" The giraffes stretched their necks, trying to see better. The rabbits hid in the bushes. Everyone was silent, except Piko. "Oh, look at them," Piko screeched loudly. "They have shiny boxes. They're writing on paper. Maybe they're here to feed us, or take pictures, or build a zoo, or maybe—" "Hush, Piko," the other animals begged. But Piko kept talking, louder and louder, until one explorer heard him. The man pointed. "Did that parrot just talk?" he said in surprise. The rest turned around. Piko flapped nervously. He didn't know his voice could bring attention. Dangerous attention. The explorers quickly set up nets. They didn't want any animal, they wanted the rare, talking parrot. Before anyone could warn him, a net shot into the air and whoosh! Piko was trapped. The jungle froze. The monkeys gasped. The elephants stomped in anger. The lion roared, but it was too late. Piko, the noisiest bird in the jungle, had finally spoken himself into trouble. Inside the cage, Piko shivered. For the first time in his life, he was silent. He remembered Tabor's words. Listen more, speak less. If only he had listened. The animals gathered to save him. The nimble monkeys climbed the trees to distract the explorers. The elephants splashed the river loudly to keep them busy. The clever beavers chewed the wooden cage from below. And finally, when the explorers weren't looking, the net broke open. Piko was free, but this time he didn't scream, "I'm free." He stayed quiet, flapping silently back into the trees. When the animals gathered around him, Piko bowed his head. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "My talking got me into trouble, and all of you had to risk your safety because of me." Tabor stepped forward, his wise eyes soft. "Talking is a gift, Piko, but every gift must be used wisely. Words can help, but they can also harm. There is a right time to speak and a right time to stay quiet. From that day on, the jungle noticed a change. Piko still talked. He still sang beautiful songs, told funny jokes, and cheered up the little animals when they were sad. But now, he also listened. When someone else was speaking, he waited his turn. When silence was needed, he stayed quiet. And when danger arrived, he stayed alert instead of chatty. The jungle became a calmer, happier place. And Piko? He became not just the parrot who could talk, but the parrot who knew when not to. Moral of the story: knowing when to speak is important, but knowing when to stay quiet is even wiser. Words are powerful, use them with care.